So I watched Roma again because I watched the trailer and then I watched the movie and then I felt like there's something more to tell, and I feel like I blame myself not to tell more. Why is this movie great and why is this movie absolutely worth to watch? I think Roma is, for me, a slow burner. It took me a while to get into the story, especially the first, I would say, 30 minutes. And it's not in a negative way. They're just very slow because I'm used to the storytelling, and the opening scenes nowadays are so fast, and all the vlogs and videos and everything is super fast, and they are trying to tell you everything in 1 minute. And this story was definitely the opposite. And for the first time I was watching it, I was like, come on, like I want to know what's going on because I was impatient. But when I watched it with this knowledge for the second time, I absolutely enjoyed every shot. Once you jump on this, let's say, a slower train, you start to observe the country much more, or the city, whatever you travel. She's a character who doesn't say much because that's probably not her job. Her job is to listen to people. Her job is to be a good listener, to help the family she's working. Because the main character, Cleo, her name is Cleo, or Cleo. She is a maid. At the same time, this movie is a movie of strong women. There are strong female characters, and then there are husbands and lovers and boyfriends who are not that strong, who are rather cowards. Let's put it this way. They are cowards, and we are observing these strong women struggling with their lives and fighting, which is so empowering. So Cleo works for the family, where there's Sofia and her husband and their 4 children. But the husband is working abroad, and Sofia, his wife, she's also struggling very much later in the story because her husband is also not really a dream husband. So those 2 women are trying to survive and trying to keep going and still take care of the children and be full of love. And I think this is a great story which celebrates the power of motherhood. It celebrates mothers. What I also very liked about the story was a character of Fermin. In the story, Fermin is Cleo's lover. So he's a lover of the main character. And I really loved the way Alfonso Cuarón was showing this character, because Fermin has not so much time in the story, but he has a great impact on her emotional life and on her life in general. He changes her life because he makes her pregnant. And we see Fermin when he is flirting with Cleo and trying to fool her because he wants to sleep with her. And once he achieves that, he disappears from her life. And it's such a heartbreaking moment because you just don't know if Fermin just left. You don't know because Cleo doesn't know what's going on, and you are trying to, because he was so nice to her. Fermin seems to be a very strong, not very strong, but it seems to be like a proper guy because he is doing martial arts. So you think that he is maybe following certain philosophy of a fighter and of a strong man. But later in the story, when Cleo visits him during the martial arts training, there is a great scene when Fermin tells her, and I have almost tears in my eyes. It's clear that he's not going to stay with her. And to make this point clear, he screams at her and he tells her to just go away, otherwise he will beat her up. Well, so he basically uses this martial arts against her, which is absolutely unacceptable. And it's such a sad moment. Yeah, I think also the camera is beautiful because it shows Mexico City probably in a different way as you would expect. It shows Mexico City as so pure. It's so pure, and I think it's this black and white mood which makes it looks like almost like a nice memory. It looks like an old photo you find somewhere in from Mexico City from 70s, and it makes it look so pure, the same way as Cleo is, maybe, because I think Cleo as the main character, she's absolutely pure. She's almost like an angel. She's a hero who doesn't get any reward, and she doesn't expect any rewards, and that's why I think we like her as a main character, because we want to reward her. We want her to be happy. As I said during the trailer reaction, that this film reminds me very much of movies from 50s, from Italian neorealism, where the characters were often very strong characters because they were facing such a strong human challenges, and they were mostly tragedies. Those movies were tragedies because those people were pure human beings who never got any reward for what they did. I think those movies were very much celebrating very pure human beings, very simple human beings who didn't have a great life because they were probably too good for this planet. This period of great movie making from the 50s was full of stories about normal people, about poor people, about struggling people who were so pure and so good that even in this very difficult moments of not having money, not having a roof above their heads, they were still ready to sacrifice their lives for other people. And this is why Roma is also so powerful, because at the end of the story, Cleo herself struggling so much with her life, but at the end of the story, she's still ready to sacrifice herself for other people, for the children, for one of the child. You have to watch it so you know what I mean. So I see this great connection between Italian neorealism and this movie, and I would definitely recommend to watch more of movies like La Strada and The Nights of Cabiria, so the movies by Federico Fellini, or Pasolini, or all those guys. Just Google it, because there are so many. Or I'll put it into the downstairs. I'll put it downstairs. I think you will love it. Just watch it. I think you will absolutely love it.